Kiddos. All right, we're going to talk about our next grammar lesson, and it's all about compound sentence parts, including compound subjects and compound verbs. Hopefully those words sound a little familiar, especially subjects and verbs. All right, let's take a look. All right, so compound sentence parts, excuse me, holy cow, include compound subjects and compound verbs. Right now, if you are a distance learner, you should take out a piece of paper to take notes. If you are, or you can also print off this PDF copy of this slideshow and take notes on if you have a printer at home. And if you're a hybrid A group student, check your yellow ELA folder. You have a copy of this slideshow in your folder that I gave you yesterday. All right, let's do some practice here. So compound subject. The compound subject is made up of two or more subjects that share the same verb. The subjects are joined by a conjunction or a connecting word, like the words and, or but. So an example would be coats and jackets are on sale in the mall. I want you to ask yourself, look for a conjunction. What two subject words and conjunction do you see that are joined together? Just pause your video for a second. Think about it. What did you find? All right, let's take a look. Oh, you know what? I should probably go into present mode. It'll work better then. There we go. All right, let's click to reveal our answer. It's coats and jackets. So if you look in the example, I asked you to find the conjunction. So from the definition, I can see that and is a conjunction. And the only conjunction I see in this whole sentence is and. Now, what two subjects is this conjunction joining? Coats and jackets. Let's go on here. Now let's talk about compound verbs. Remember how for the kids that are in class, you get to see me run in place at least daily, right? When I try to talk about verbs and actions. So the compound verb is made up of two or more verbs, action words, that share the same subject. The verbs are joined by a conjunction such as and, or, but. So let's try again. This time we're looking for an action word or two. Example, a sales clerk sorted and folded the stack of sweaters. Ask yourself, look for a conjunction. What two action words, verbs, and conjunction do you see that are joined together? Pause your video, look at the sentence again. All right, let's see what we found. Sorted and folded. Now that makes sense because we can tell that the sentence is talking about what the sales clerk did. So we know that sales clerk is our subject. That's what the whole sentence is about. And then what did he do? Sorted and folded, the two actions he did. All right, let's keep looking. Now, you should have a piece of paper out, or if you have a copy of this presentation, you can write on the back. But I want you to number down your paper, starting with 1 and ending with 5. And on the next slide, we're going to find 5 sentences that all contain a compound subject. So look at each of the sentences, 1 through 5, and write down the compound subject, that's the noun, remember, including the conjunction. So the words and, or but. Okay? Identifying the complete subject. Nouns. I'll give you a little clue up there. So let's take a look. I'll read them to you. I'll then pause the video for you to answer, and then we'll talk about the answers together. Number 1, Beth and her mom went holiday shopping at the mall. Number 2, every parking space and aisle was filled with cars. Number 3, men and women carried huge packages in their arms. Number 4, toys and games were stacked on large shelves. Number 5, books or puzzles made thoughtful holiday gifts. All right, pause the video. If you need to hear it again, you can rewind it a little bit to re-listen. Write down your responses for 1 through 5. All right, let's see what you got. I hope you guys are pausing. This is good practice. All right, let's check it out here. Answer key. Number 1, Beth and her mom is the subjects. There's 2 subjects, Beth and her mom. Complete subject, remember? There's a conjunction there, and. Number 2, parking space and aisle. Every parking space and aisle was filled with cars. Number 3, men and women. There's the subject about the sentence. Men and women, there's a conjunction, carried huge packages in their arms. Number 4, toys and games. Let's take a look at the sentence here. Here's a conjunction. It's a dead giveaway. And here are the subjects, toys and games. And this one's a little different. Number 5, books or puzzles make thoughtful holiday gifts. Remember, or is also a conjunction. The word and, or but are conjunctions. Books or puzzles. All right, let's try compound verbs. So skip a few lines on your paper or on the back of these notes and write 1 through 5 again. And then on the next slide, we're going to do the same thing we just did, but we're going to be looking for compound verbs, including the conjunction. So let's give it a shot. All right, so remember, verbs are an action, what somebody's doing. Number 1, in the parking lot, they circled and waited for a long time. Number 2, holiday decorations shimmered and sparkled all over the mall. Number 3, electronic equipment beeped and squeaked on the shelves. Number 4, Lindsay tried but failed in her search for a particular CD. That's a compact disc. 5, a large crowd stood and watched the magic show. You should pause the video, or you can rewind it to re-listen. All right, let's see what we got here. Answer key. Number 1, circled and waited. Well, those are both verbs, right? Circling something or waiting for something. You're doing something, so it's an action. In the parking lot, they circled and waited for a long time. 2, holiday decorations shimmered and sparkled all over the mall. Number 2's answer is shimmered because it's doing something. It's shimmering and it's sparkled. It's doing something. It's an action. Number 3, electronic equipment beeped and squeaked. See, the subject, electronic equipment, was doing something. It beeped and squeaked. Number 4 is tried but failed. There's that word but. We haven't had that one yet. Lindsay tried but failed in her search for a particular CD. So if we find the conjunction, here it is, the words and, or but. So here's but. Lindsay tried but failed. Tried but failed is the compound verb. Number 5, a large crowd stood and watched the magic show. Where is the conjunction? Oh, it's right in the middle. The words that touch it, good grief. The words that touch it on the left and the right are the compound verb. Stood and watched. Feel free to make the corrections on your paper. You can always pause the video if you need more time. And that's it. So I want you to check over your notes. If you were using the PDF copy that you either printed at home or had in your language arts notebook, I should be able to see some highlighting on there, some writing, making notes. Every time that I have to reveal something on a slide, you won't be able to see that on the printout or on the PDF. So you should write those answers down for your notes. Did you make any corrections to your practice work if you needed to? Can you easily read the notes that you highlighted or wrote down? And if you said yes to all of these, then you just took awesome notes. And that's it. I'm going to post your compound subject and compound verb homework for the day to Google Classroom, and then you're all set. All right. Feel free to email me if you have any questions. Also, I have Zoom meetings every single day, Monday through Thursday, from 9:10 until 11:10. So if you ever come across a problem or a question, or if you just want to come on and say hello, I would love that. Feel free to stop by. The links will always be in the Google Classroom. All right. Have a great day, guys.